So this is a before. So as you can see, this panel portion is coming down. You can let it hang because it's not going to go anywhere because it's already attached to these wiring harnesses. The last thing you want to do, because you can't take the speaker off until this entire interior door panel is off. So we're going to remove this, then we're going to do what we mentioned and remove this, and then we can start popping everything off one by one with our door trim panel remover. Alright guys, here we are back again with the 1992 Toyota Century, and now we finally made it to the portion where we're going to remove the rear door speakers. Now, the rear door is a little bit more difficult to remove as it is held together by two 14mm bolts on this pull grip. But what makes it hard is that the manual requires you to use a flat, thin wrench to remove this pull grip. But because of this thickness of this assist spacer, you're not really able to get a wrench in there at all. So this is the first step in removing this. So in order to get this door grip apart, we're just going to use these pliers, stick it right here, really thin, and lefty loosey righty tighty. Just go ahead and clamp down and turn. When you continue to turn, it'll eventually come off, just like that. And at the bottom, once we remove the top, you don't actually have to use any pliers to remove it. Because once this top comes off, then you can just essentially twist it all off as one assembly. But you wouldn't want to do that until you get this armrest off. Okay, so once again, lefty loosey righty tighty, you're just going to keep on going. Make sure you're not scratching the actual carpet portion here. So you just got to get it in there really nicely and just keep going. Lefty loosey righty tighty until it's all the way off. Once again, this is a 1992 Toyota Century from Japan. I hope this video helps many persons who were able to import this particular car into the United States or even Canada or Australia. Okay, so once you see that you really are just turning, at a point you're just going to have to now get to this portion and turn this by itself, because the bolt can only go so far. So this particular rounded, not rounded, but squared portion is the next thing that you have to do in order to remove this. Once again, these are 14mm bolts, but pretty much impossible to remove with an actual wrench unless you really do have a thin wrench. I don't have one of those. So we're just gonna do what we can with these pliers. And there you go, it's coming off. That's it. Just like that. Watch out for these assist spacers and these washers. Make sure they don't fall. What you're going to do, you're just going to let it hang, okay? You're going to let it hang just like that. Make sure you don't lose it because it needs to stay just like that. And then you're going to leave this here for now because you're going to just turn it as one. So the next step, what you're going to do is get one of these picks and pull this out there, as you can see, and set it aside. Regular screwdriver, get it in there. Push down, turn, just like that. Just keep on turning. You don't want to strip the head of that screw. If you do, it's virtually impossible to get it out. Virtually impossible. And ain't nobody got time for that. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, after removing the interior hole plug and removing that screw, now it's time to remove the rear armrest door assembly. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your wrist like this and push up. Make sure you're not scratching anything, just push up, and then you're going to pull this armrest assembly towards you. Let's do it. Pull forward, down, easy. Alright, so now that that's removed, you have one more screw to remove, and then from there we're going to remove the speaker grill, which has two 8mm screws right beneath this right here. So you want to go ahead and get some WD-40, just get it in there. You don't need too much. And while that's waiting, you want to ensure that you use a thick screw head. If not, you're going to strip that bolt. Something like this. It needs to be thick to get right into there. If not, you're going to strip it. Alright, so when you get down into this, you want to push down with some force as you're turning to the left. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, push down and turn. There we go. Just like that. You don't want to use an impact wrench on this or you will strip that head so easily. Alright, next up we got this speaker grill. We have to remove it with the two screws below it, but it's an 8mm, okay? I'll go ahead and give you a look. right down in there. 8 millimeters. Let's do it. Put it aside. Easy peasy. Now it's time to remove the screws that's holding this panel together. So we have one right here. We have one right there. Okay, and we also have one right here as well. This is our pick. Gotta pick this carpet. Pick it out, pull it out, just like this. That dust from 1992, still there, look at that. Just like that, one more. Just like that. And then you got one right here as well. Just like that. Set it aside. Look at that. As I remove this speaker grill, look how everything just falls to the floor. That speaker is toast. You see that? Everything just fell to the floor. It's crazy, man. 1992, it needed to be changed ASAP. Just like that. Put it aside. All right, I changed the head to a thinner screw head for this particular bolt. Comes right off just like that. Don't lose this washer. So as you can see, this panel portion is coming down. You can let it hang because it's not going to go anywhere because it's already attached to these wiring harnesses. The last thing you want to do, because you can't take this speaker off until this entire interior door panel is off. So we're going to remove this, then we're going to do what we mentioned and remove this, and then we can start popping everything off one by one with our door trim panel remover. See that? Popped off easily just with this. Don't lose this, okay? You need this, it comes in handy. So these last two screws that hold this armrest together will have to come off, but we're going to remove it with a thick screw head, all right? Don't use the impact drill because it doesn't provide enough stability in order to move. Push in, pull out. See how easy that is? The last step is this. Make sure it doesn't scratch your panel and just turn. You see it? You see the nut turning? Hold your hand right here so the washers and assist spacers does not fall off, but that you also don't scratch your wood. I think this is genuine wood from 1992. Just like that. Came off really easily. Alright, hold this together and just don't lose it. Go ahead and just place it inside of the car. Before we remove the panel, we're going to have to remove every single one of these harnesses. This particular harness is very important because it uses two red wires. This goes to the light, this light right here. But you don't know which one it goes into because this particular wiring harness portion could go here or there. So what you want to do is get your phone and take a picture so you know which one is which. All right. There you go. Just like that. No damage. Carpet's still good. This is how it looks on the inside. Toyota, baby. Right rear door. Got one more up here. Let's go ahead and twist this out. Place it inside. So you're just going to make your way around. It's kind of tacky behind here. So just get your trim panel remover and just push out all these little tabs that's on the inside. There's no telling where they are exactly. Just go around little by little and you'll get there eventually. You're going to lift up right here and go this way towards the car. Just like that. Now your interior door panel is removed. One more thing to do, and that's to remove the tweeters. There you go. I'm not replacing these tweeters because the one that I see on front wasn't blown, so I'm not really bothered with the tweeters because the new speakers that I have already has a tweeter inside. This one doesn't, but the new ones do, so not really worried about these tweeters right now. Now that this interior door panel is removed, we're going to go ahead and place this inside the car. and let it relax. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our 10mm socket, place it into our impact wrench. We're gonna remove these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Easy. Easy. There we go. Support your speaker so it doesn't fall. 3 screws. Let's place these screws aside. And here goes the wiring harness. Look at that. Look how everything just falls apart. Watch out for this, because this right here moves with the air. And if you breathe it in, you're going to start coughing and it gets in your eyes. You're not going to be able to see for a while. Happened to me multiple times with the other speakers in the other doors. Push in, pull out. Right there. Here goes the old Japanese from 1992 speaker. 20 watts, 4 ohms impedance. This thing is toast. So I have some new Scosche speakers that's going to go in there. Unboxing the Scosche 5 1/4 4-way speakers. Originally, the 1992 Toyota Century had a 12cm size, 4.72 inches speaker. But as you can see, this speaker is broken. It is done. It is toast. All right. So now that all 4 holes are drilled out, and you're going to use 2-inch screws to go down from here right into there. If you want to use a washer, you can, but it's not necessary to use a washer. That's it for that. So, but before we do any type of mounting on this bracket, what we'll do is essentially remove the positive and negative of this, and we're going to place it right in here. Alright, so from the previous videos, I've already showed you exactly what to do in order to reuse this bracket. What you're going to do is just pretty much put the new speaker on top of it, use 1 or 2-inch bolts, and just bolt it in here, and then you should be fine. There shouldn't be no air escaping because it's going to cover the entire mounting surface. Other than that, you can go ahead and cut these portions here, and also remove this with the screw, and then you can actually place this exact assembly right here into your new Scosche speaker that I pretty much got from Walmart. Well, thank you for watching, guys. In order to put this back on, you're just going to go in reverse order, and it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so the next step, the last thing I will show you, is the sound of all 4 speakers being installed and what it sounds like. I did it before, and you'll hear what it sounds like after. Alright, that's it, guys. This completes the installation of 4 new Scosche speakers within the 4 interior doors of the 1992 Toyota Century. Now it's time to go ahead and start up and see how it sounds. Alright, here's the moment of truth, guys. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see what we got in store. Hope I don't get copyrighted. Here we go. Max volume on the phone. Sweet Mickey. Oh yeah. This is Scosche speakers, guys. You can buy these at Walmart. You hear that bass? I don't have any specific amp installed. No specific amp. Sweet Mickey! Woo, compa! So this is a before. Get that bass in there. Hear that? This is a 1992, guys. Alright, that's pretty loud, guys, for some cheap Walmart speakers. I like it. So what do you think, guys? Sweet Mickey and the Japanese Toyota Century. Haitian music all day, baby. I love it. And if you like it, I love it. If you like what I just did, subscribe to my channel and share it. Japan and the United States.